Don't push him.
We're casting off.
Better over here.
Showing how different this one is, Mike.
Ryan, come here, you want some water skiing? If they're skiing, then.
You're all clear, all clear.
That's that guy that swamped us.
This got a what?
That swamped us. That's the kind of boat we had.
We're a blue one.
This way, Mike.
Thank you. Huh? For the last one.
Yep. Hold this up. Just gonna go with Carol.
Which one? Let's just follow it.
Huh? Come on. Come on, let's walk. Now we'll just walk over to the race cars.
Are you gonna bring that camera inside the car?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, watch it, watch it, watch it. A car's coming.
He's coming. Let's continue. Oh, don't be stepping on horseshoes, Mike.
And that's another one.
Pretty girl selling blues, Mike. You like that stuff, huh? I'm glad this isn't smell-o-vision.
Daddy. Was Bobby ever on the plane before?
Yeah,
Where?
come in Florida.
Did you guys take a plane before before I was born?
Yeah. Yes, we did.
Was it propeller? Or jet?
Jet.
Was it big or small? Mommy, how about me and you go?
You want to see what the commotion is down here? They're supposed to be making a movie.
Why?
Come on. You want to go on a Plaza Swan boat?
Oh, there's some more.
Let's go. Want to go see the band? They're making a movie with that band. This guy has a camera just like ours there, see it?
Where?
Right in front of us.
Did you move on? Did you see people?
Oh, give me a break. The launching pad.
What launching pad?
Look right
Oh,
there.
the lunching pad.
Yeah, right around here.
Let's go see these cars we're going on.
Come on.
You want to go around? What? What?
Can we take the running this all the way over there?
Yeah. last block.
Got everybody trying to take a great car.
Come on, Mike.
Straight south. Circle 4 on your right. Straight south. 6 on your right. By yourself. Circle 8 on
Two
your
of us.
right.
Can we go on this side?
Put together.
Yeah.
Circle 5 on your left.
Okay, got it. Go on, Mike. Yeah. 5. That way we got one with a wheel on the left. Yeah. Now we're in Cocoa Beach, and we're going to see what the beach looks like. This Holiday Inn, huh? I'm wearing my Star shirt. Mike, wearing your Star shirt? Turn around. Everybody around here wears Bandit shirts. Oh yeah, it looks good. Except, come here, Mike.
Come on, you calm down.
Well, let's go back and get our suits on.
Yeah, hit the rapids.
Gets low tide. See if you can see the cape, Mike. Yeah, but the cape's down that way. Can you see it?
The shuttle can go across the ocean instead of going to land. It's up
Alright. Alright, go up. Let's go. Huh?
Oh, Dad. What's that? No. Oh.
Back in the place here. Come on. Wow, look at that room. Did you spend all the money in there?
Yep.
Huh?
Daddy, go out the door.
Oh yeah, let me take some pictures. Hey.
Give me the room key. Come on. Give me the room key. Give me the room key. Give me the room key.
Alright.
Quick.
I said alright. Alright, today's the launch day here. I'm going to get a picture of these outdoor exhibits. Take one of me. Can you?
Please.
Can you take me? You see me? Get my 76er shirt? Mike, don't block it.
Come on, man.
Today's the day of the shot, man. Let me get this place. Read another one.
Are these your signatures?
Yeah. Yeah, that was young Crippen.
Plug your ears.
First component
Not yet.
selected on Mobile One. The large external fuel tank is then attached to a booster. The orbiter is then transported from the
Yeah, there's the shuttle.
attached to the fuel tank.
Let's see what it
The
says.
mobile concept of operation in
Space
User
shuttle
Conference
composed
39
orbiter
allows
with
space
the external
vehicles to
fuel
be assembled
tank,
and checked out
two
from the
solid rocket
controlled
boosters,
environment of a building
beginning the
prior to
3.5 mile
transport to the
journey
launch
to
pad.
launch past
This
39A.
reduces the length
I
of
know
time in which
that.
space
There's
vehicles
It's got the
are
tractors
exposed
and
to
everything.
corrosive effects of the sea air around the launch pad. Also, the launch pads are not tied up for extended
Have your
periods
attention
for
please
1
with
minute.
David Coleman. David Coleman,
The
please go
vehicle
to the
assembly building
administrative
is
office.
525 feet high, equivalent to a 52-story building, and it covers 8 acres of ground. The building's high bay area is 716 feet long and 518 feet wide.
and
The
58
VAB
are now
encompasses
accepting
more than
passengers in the boarding
149
area.
million cubic
For
feet.
56 gate A,
A volume
57 gate
equivalent
B,
to 4.5
58 gate
Empire
C.
State Buildings.
All persons arrive with
The
the
vehicle
spinning
assembly,
cooler.
a
Please
versatile
proceed to gate
legacy
2.
project Apollo, is continuing to play a
That's
major
neat.
role in the space shuttle launches of today and will be used for space missions of
Let me get this other one.
I'll be in
The vehicle assembly building at Sandy Space Center is the world's second largest
Check out the model here.
known as the VAB. Vertical assembly of the Apollo Dragon 5
What's that?
Get everyone. Shuttle orbiter thermal protection.
Yeah, it's tough. That's the one Neil Armstrong and the crew walked on when they went on a Saturn to the moon. And the White House and the access arm. We walked on that the other day.
Wait, you're not going to
What? What are you hitting me for?
Hello, this is the expert photography, better than that other guy you just had.
Say we're ready to go see our launching tour.
We're ready to go see our launching tour. The guy you had before, as you noticed, was the worst news band in the world.
Speak for yourself, boy.
Well, you know I'm the best news band.
What are you taking now? I don't think you're taking anything worthwhile. Let's go.
Beautiful tree. See you guys later.
Get over there with him, Mike. Go on, Mike. Come over there with him. Come on. Ready to take the tour, right?
Godfrey, I will be your tour guide this afternoon. I'd like to remind you at this time that there is no restrictions on photography. Feel free to take pictures of whatever you like. We ask that there be no eating, drinking, or smoking while you're on the bus. Please remain seated while the bus is in motion.
Coming up first on your left is the Communications Distribution and Switching Center. The large antenna receives and sends data and other communications between the Kennedy Space Center, Mission Control in Houston, Texas, and NASA headquarters in Washington, D.C. through the RCA SATCOM satellite.
I got the guard shack, Mike. Remember this place?
Coming up on the right is the three-story central instrumentation facility. Where NASA, under the industrial area, is the operations and checkout building on the right. There are apartments on the third floor, which are used by astronauts while working or training here. The spacecraft which were used in the moon missions, Skylab, and the Apollo-Soyuz project were all prepared for launch here. Many of the payloads which are carried by the Space Shuttle are assembled and checked out here. Space Lab, which was designed and built by the European Space Agency, is checked out in the tall portion of the building. Ahead is the Flight Crew Training Building. Complex training devices located here enable the astronauts to rehearse every detail of their journey to and from the moon.
Astronauts practicing in these simulators communicated with the same flight controllers in Houston who would monitor their half-million-mile trip to and from our nearest neighbor in space. Today, most of this facility is used by engineers and technicians working on the complex launch processing system used to check out and...
Comes on. Okay. Good. All right. Thank you, George. Talk to Mike.
Future astronaut here.
Yeah. That's what he wants to do.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I've had a...
What are you doing?
Taking old George's picture of him, Mike.
They do not. They train in Houston, Texas. They train the astronauts for the moon, Saturn V moonshots in these facilities here. And then all the training was moved to Texas. Large white building to the left and across the street is the orbiter processing facility. Yeah. Operations and checkout facilities. Behind the large bay doors, they're presently checking out the European Space Lab. Being ready later this year, it will be moved out to the orbiter processing facilities to be loaded aboard on the cargo bay of the shuttle Columbia. The Columbia is scheduled to fly in September. Challenger is scheduled to fly again in mid-August. Behind those high bay doors, they have a chamber in there where they can very nearly create the vacuum of space. That's where all of the capsules for the moonshots were checked out. This next complex is for testing launch pad support equipment. Equipment needed to support the launches at the pad are brought here, checked out to make sure that everything's working properly so there will be no surprises at the launch pad. The long, low-level building ahead to the right, across the corner, is a parachute processing facility. The large reels that you see here at the front of the building are used to recover the parachutes after a launch, parachutes that are used to lower the solid rocket boosters to the ocean. They're retrieved on those large reels and kept wet until they arrive here, because if they allow the salt water to dry on them, it might damage the nylon material. Folks, this is a camera stop. Anybody care to get off and take a picture, I'd be glad to wait for a minute or two. Any photographer gallons of fresh water into the tanks. They agitate the water with the spray nozzles until the parachutes are clean. The water is not dumped. It is fresh city water, and it is recycled and reused. After that, they're dried at 140-degree ambient temperature, checked for damage, repaired if need be, repacked, and shipped out to the vehicle assembly building to put into rockets for future use, solid rocket boosters. The salt water and steam throughout the industrial area to heat the buildings in the cooler weather and for processing purposes as needed. As these buses clear out, you'll see I have them to the right on the next corner out. This is the powerhouse that supplies that steam and hot water for the industrial area.
Public bus tours of America's spaceport began in 1966 and have been to permit visitors to view a launch as part of their tour. Bus tours are self-supporting and are not operated at government expense. Here in the industrial area, there are several thousand people engaged in formulating the plans and schedules necessary for successful launch operations. Here is where aerospace research and development ideas and theories are brought to reality. Carpenters, electricians, painters, plumbers, maintenance and sheet metal workers help pave the way to outer space. These are everyday jobs that we are familiar with, yet they are an essential part of the space program. We have accountants, doctors, lawyers, locksmiths, and secretaries on duty. We have a fire department.
Shuttle Challenger is in flight now from California. Probably has already stopped in Texas by this time. It was to leave California at noon. It is scheduled to come in tomorrow morning from Texas after a fuel stop. But I did hear that there's a possibility if the weather is good, they may come on in this evening. Something they haven't done in the past. Always played the averages the best they can as far as daylight's concerned. So we just might have Challenger back to Kennedy this evening.
It'd be nice if we could see it.
Most of our visitors comment on the size of the spaceport, and little wonder. The Kennedy Space Center covers some 140,000 acres of land and water. All non-operational areas are incorporated within the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge and Canaveral National Seashore. Can coexist.
Kennedy Space Center with its 140,000 acres, and the Air Force side, which is out the other side of the Banana River, where we will be later today for the launch. It's one of the largest wildlife preserves in the eastern United States, 140,000 acres in Kennedy, 17,000 acres in the Air Force Station.
It's on the left.
Headed to the front left of the bus and beyond the power lines, tall pine trees be coming up in just a minute or so here. If you watch carefully, you'll see a large bird's nest. It's the best nest of an American bald eagle.
There's the eagle's nest.
Just coming into view now.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Oh, yes.
I didn't know that thing.
The engineers estimate that nest weighs about 400 pounds. In the distance ahead of us, the vehicle assembly building, the large American flag on this side. On the other corner is the bicentennial symbol. That flag is 209 feet long and 110 feet wide. The stars are 6 feet from tip to tip. Took 500 gallons of paint to paint them. They were put there in 1976 to commemorate the bicentennial year. Just to the left of the structure, just to the left of the building, is a leftover mobile launch tower from the Saturn V program. Presently being torn down. It's going to be stored and reassembled for historic purposes. They haven't picked a site yet for that.
Soon we will be at Complex 39, where Kennedy Space Center puts it all together. This is where the launch crews assemble flight hardware that has been brought here from manufacturing plants across the nation. Check it out and watch it. The dominating structure of the Space Center is the Vehicle Assembly Building, or VAB, which is to the front of the bus. The VAB is 525 feet tall. That is equivalent to a 52-story building. It covers 8 acres of ground. Its volume of over 129 million cubic feet makes it one of the largest enclosed areas in the world. The large American flag and bicentennial emblem were painted on its side in 1976. The flag is 209 feet long and 110 feet wide. The VAB is no longer open to visitors. Segments of the Space Shuttle solid rocket boosters are inside the building. These segments are filled with solid propellant, and even though the probability is very low, could ignite if they came in contact with extreme heat. Because of the potential hazards imposed by the presence of the solid rocket boosters, safety requires that only essential personnel be allowed in the VAB. During the Apollo program, liquid propellants were used, and they were loaded aboard the rocket at the pad just prior to launch.
The high bay doors that you see on the side of the building here are 454 feet tall. They say that you can put the high part of the United Nations building, part that looks like a book standing on end, through those doors without touching either side. It has enough volume inside to hold 3.5 Empire State Building. It has 10,000 tons of air conditioning on that building and 125 ventilators. If you did not air condition and ventilate that building in hot, humid weather, it would cloud up and rain inside. You can see just above the low bay side, on the side of the building, you can see a little porch up there. Give you an idea of the size of that building. That's a 6-foot door and a regular porch, balcony there. These two buildings immediately to the right are the orbiter processing facilities, bays 1 and 2. Bay 2 has the orbiter Columbia inside. When the Columbia was first flown, it had a lot of experimental instrumentation in it because it was an experimental spacecraft. It has proven itself now. So they're in the process of removing much of that instrumentation, making more room for payload that they need, things that they need for future flights. We're on our way off to the landing facility. We're going to run this tour just a little bit backwards to what we ordinarily do so that we can wind up out on the other side to see the launch. If you were wandering around the visitor center a little while ago and you've seen the mock-up of the shuttle itself in there, the shuttle is 123 feet high, wingspan of about 73 feet. The external fuel tank is 154 feet high, about 28 feet in diameter. The solid rocket boosters are 149 feet high and about 12 feet in diameter. The solid rocket boosters expend their fuel in about 2 minutes of flight at about 25 miles of altitude and 150 miles down over the ocean. They separate from the spacecraft, parachute to the ocean where they're recovered, brought back to Kennedy to be reworked and reused again. The solid rocket booster casings have a usable life of about 20 flights. The external fuel tank, with its 500,000 gallons of fuel, the fuel being liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen, expends its fuel in about 8 minutes of flight, about 70 miles of altitude, and at about 17,000 miles an hour, it separates from the spacecraft, tumbles back into the atmosphere, and is burned up on re-entry. It is not reusable. The shuttle itself is the spacecraft, carries the payloads, the satellites into space. The 3 main engines help to get the shuttle into orbit. Once it's into orbit, the fuel is used up. There are 2 maneuvering engines on board that have an onboard fuel capacity. They're used to maneuver in space. When they're ready to come back, they turn the spaceship around, fire one of the maneuvering rockets to decelerate enough so that they start to fall back into the atmosphere. As they fall back into the atmosphere, it's a planned, controlled fall. They turn the spacecraft around, pull the nose up and a nose high attitude when they're falling back into the atmosphere so that the tiles on the underside of the shuttle take the heat of re-entry. There's 31,000 silica tiles on the underside of the spacecraft. The approximate heat of re-entry is about 2,200 degrees. Once they have re-entered the atmosphere, it becomes a glider, a very heavy glider with no power. It is flown like a robot, really. Computers on board do most of the navigation right down to within a few hundred feet of touchdown. Then the pilot takes over and lands the spaceship. We were hoping it was going to be here the last time, but it's just the weather wouldn't permit it, so they went to California with it. I know, I was out 3 o'clock in the morning with this bus waiting for a load of people to go and nobody come. Can't really blame them. Just ahead of us is the runway. It's 3 miles long, 300 feet wide, has 16 inches of concrete. There's a microwave landing system. The device you see directly ahead of the bus is the mate-demate device. In this case, they use it for unloading the shuttle. They nose the 747 under, facing the direction, would be facing us now as the direction we're traveling. Fasten the device to it. Lift the space shuttle clear of the 747. Push the 747 out from underneath of it. Lower it to the concrete. Then it is towed via the towway over to the orbiter processing facilities. That structure is 105 feet tall. There is one just like that in California, where they use it to load the shuttle aboard the 747. Being as this shuttle was not able to come in here last week, they brought a Lockheed L-1011, I believe it was Eastern Airlines, in here. Took 300 engineers and technicians out to California to ready the spaceship for its flight back on the 747. Just before I left, the flight crew for SDS-8, which will be the launch in August, will be Richard Truly, Daniel Brandenstein, and Bluford, and Dale Gardner. Now this first name of Bluford, I'm not real sure of. G-U-I-O-R. Something like that. Gets to be a night launch and a night landing, and for that reason they are going to land. The eighth flight is going to land in California again. Should be a spectacular launch at night. This will be the first time that the shuttle has went at night. The Saturn V went at night 3 times. Get a flat time. Call the service truck.
Well, okay, if I take a picture of like the black, it's not going to get an impression. If I can look at my black here and get a reflection, like the photographs on the screen, and then touch on that channel, okay. And
I'm going over now to the parking area for the crawler transporters which are on this side of the vehicle assembly building. They're the largest tracked vehicles, I should say one of the largest tracked vehicles in the world. I guess since these were built, there has been some for mining purposes, open pit mining purposes that have been built that are a little larger. They have 8 treads on them, each tread having 57 cleats. Each one of the cleats weighs 1 ton. The vehicle itself weighs 6 million pounds. The treads are driven by electric motors. The electric motors in turn are driven by 1,000 kilowatt generators, and the generators in turn are driven by 2,750 horsepower diesel engines. The upper portion of the transporter crawlers are equivalent to half of a football field and can be jacked at either or both ends a distance of 6 feet. By the use of this jacking system, they're able to keep their load level when they're going up the 5-degree incline to the pad. They keep the shuttle vertical within the thickness of a baseball. When we turn onto the road here, the first gray structure you see ahead there is the mobile launch platform that was used to launch the Shuttle Challenger on this flight a week ago Saturday. That's a two-story structure. It's sitting on 6 large gray pedestals. The other mobile launch platform over there that still has the mobile launch tower from this other program is sitting on. One very similar to it. As soon as that structure is removed, that other mobile launch platform is to be reworked so that it can be used in the shuttle program. There's a set of pedestals like those in each of the bays of their assembly building and one on each of the pads. The first step in preparation here is to take one of these 2 mobile transporter crawlers that you see to the right here. They drive underneath of that mobile launch platform and they pick it up with their jacking systems. They transport it into the vehicle assembly building, deposit it on 6 large gray pedestals like you see here under this platform. Then they assemble the solid rocket boosters. When they're in place, they bring in the external fuel tank, get that assembled and fastened to the solid rocket boosters. Then they're ready to bring the shuttle itself in. In the high bay area of the vehicle assembly building, there are 2 250-ton bridge cranes. By the means of those cranes, they pick these different objects up into a vertical position, deposit them on this platform. You see the openings here under the underside. That's where the solid rocket boosters are over those openings so that the plane can come down through. They lift the shuttle via one of those cranes onto that assembly, get it all in place, fuel lines all in place, all the wiring, everything checked out as best they can. Then they drive into the assembly building with one of the mobile transporters, pick up that entire load, and transport it over the crawlerway to the pad. Out there they deposit it on 6 gray pedestals like you've seen here. They drive out, get out from under it, and they're ready. Well, I shouldn't say they're nearly ready for launch because there's a considerable amount of checking done after that time.
Columbia's in that building.
This is the camera stop, folks. Feel free to take pictures, whatever you like. Remember your bus number's 8.
Let me look at that building here, Mike.
Pick the mobile launch platform.
Huh? I am. And that
Daddy,
one. Did he?
Segments to the solid rocket boosters from yesterday.
There is another camera stop further out where the
KSC in it. Let's go check this. Check the tractors.
Wonder which one do they use for the space shuttle?
He said that one there.
Which one?
That first one.
The one with the silver things on it?
Yeah.
Or the red ones?
The reddish.
That? Yeah, that looks newer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do they use that for the space shuttle?
Now, what did he say yesterday? It was for Saturn, this White House up there?
Yeah, I think it means that.
And they're going to refit it for... All right, let's go to that. What one were we on, Mike?
Transporting for stepped up once again. Hold on. It's transporting for we're lifting with one of those big bridge trains. Come along this well, these machines come over this, but when they come out of the assembly building, the crawler way goes directly to the pass. And we will be going by that in a few minutes. There's always a maximum. Crawler weighs 6 million pounds. When it picks up the mobile launch platform with the vehicle on it, the total weight that'll be going over the crawlway is in the neighborhood of 11 billion pounds.
Yeah. Although I'm going to get out the next camera about messing with
They might go to the vehicle assembly building.
See, there's 2 holes under here where the solid rocket boosters are over. That's for the plane to come through. And then a little further over, you see the third one, larger. That's where the 3 engines of the shuttle itself, the flame from those come through. That's the pad there, and each pad.
What's compressed gas?
300,000 gallons water tower. The water from that tower, from that 300,000 gallons of water, through means of different piping systems, can be sprayed on that launch pad and on that launch platform at time of ignition in 20 seconds.
800,000 gallons in 20 seconds?
A full-size moon rocket, the Saturn V of the Apollo program. Saturn V is the largest, most powerful rocket system ever flown. As an Apollo launch vehicle, it stood 363 feet tall. At liftoff, the rocket weighed over 3,000 tons. Saturn V rockets were launched from 1967 to 1973.
Over to the left is the Saturn V rocket. There's a parking area over here. We will be making a camera stop so you can get a picture of this side of the VAB and the Saturn V.
Wait a minute, I'll get a picture of the flag.
Do you want to go out? Let's stay here. It's that Saturn rocket, Mike. It's the biggest one we ever had down there.
Is that real?
Also in this area is the barge terminal, where Saturn V first and second stages were unloaded and then hauled on trailers into the vehicle assembly building. This is also where the large external fuel tanks for the space shuttle are unloaded after they arrive by ocean-going barge from the manufacturing plant in Louisiana. To your left is the crawlerway. The crawler transporter moves the mobile launch platform with the space shuttle over this roadway to the launch pad. The crawlerway was originally designed to support the combined weight of the transporter, mobile launcher, Saturn V rocket, and Apollo spacecraft, 17 million pounds. The river rock surface, which minimizes friction, covers a layer of asphalt laid over a bed of crushed stone. A total thickness of 7 feet.
That crawlerway is over 120 feet wide. The crawler itself is 110 feet wide. The grass median in the center is 50 feet wide. You can see the track marks on the gravel here from where the tracks run on there. And you've just got the good glimpse of the good view of the crawler itself. You can realize that it literally covers that highway when it just transits. The complex that heads to the front left of the bus is Pad A. All of the shuttles up to now have been launched from Pad A. Pad B has not been used since the last of the Saturn programs, the Skylab program, with the Saturn 1B. It is presently being reworked. area for the mobile transporter. They bring the transporter back here after they have deposited the shuttle on the launch pad, park it in this area.
These sites are very historic. From here, astronauts departed Earth and walked on another body in our solar system. From here, a space station as large as a house trailer was lofted into space to become an Earth orbital home for 3 different flight crews. From here, a manned craft was sent on a space mission and returned to Earth to be used again and again. These launch pads hold the excitement of past achievement expectations. 1B rocket. Skylab, America's first space station, was launched from Pad A in 1973 on a specially prepared Saturn V. It had only 2 stages. The 3rd stage, instead of fuel and rocket engines, was equipped as a modern scientific workshop, complete with living accommodations for 3 astronauts. Skylab capitalized on the capabilities we developed in Apollo and greatly extended our knowledge in many areas. We conducted experiments in astronomy, space physics, and biology. We studied the Earth from orbit. We studied the effects of long-duration spaceflight on humans and on the spacecraft themselves. Skylab was occupied over a period of 9 months by the 3 crews. Each crew stayed from 4 to 12 weeks, depending on the objectives of the mission. Deke Slayton and Vance Brand were launched from Pad B to go into space and dock with a 2-man crew of Soviet cosmonauts. The 2 spacecraft remained docked, and the 5 spacemen conducted joint experiments for 2 days in this cooperative effort by the world's 2 major spacefaring nations. Construction of Pad B began in December 1964 and was substantially complete in April 1967. The surface of the pad is 42 feet above the bottom of the flame trench. The top of the lightning mast is 347 feet above the surface. The service towers on the pad provide access to the vehicle, and the connections which supply liquid oxygen, liquid hydrogen, electrical power, and communications. The flame trench located in the center of the pad has floor and wall surfaces coated with a fire brick that can withstand temperatures up to 3,000 degrees. Also located in the flame trench are the flame deflectors, which deflect the exhaust flames and heat away from the pad. These steel structures are coated with a special heat-resistant surface. Pad B is undergoing modifications, which will permit its use in the Space Shuttle program. Both pads A and B are expected to be extensively used by the late 1980s to support operations in a wide variety of space missions.
Don't know if that was one of the solid rocket boosters or part of the...
So that they can get us to... The tunnel is part of that structure. It's a fixed service structure, has elevators in it.
What's something in it, Mike?
Look at the VIP. Get a close up of that.
Yeah, they carry that on a tractor from the VAB all the way out to here. It goes right up that little hill. Let's go.
Determination, competent, dedicated people, and adequate resources all combine to carry Americans to another heavenly body and open the frontiers of space. The VAB has 4 assembly bays. 2 of these have been modified for assembling the Space Shuttle. They are bays number 1 and 3, which face the east. Solid rocket segments arrive by rail by barge from New Orleans, Louisiana. The tank is hauled on a special trailer from the barge terminal to the low bay area. After inspection and checkout, it is transferred to the high bay area and lifted above the mobile launch platform. The tank is attached to the two solid rocket. A large 8-track transporter is used to move the space shuttle and its mobile launch platform, which have a combined weight of 11.
Just quite a responsibility at that. These are very expensive launches. They hope that everything goes right, but just in case, they're there.
Better than having come down in Miami.
Range Control Center.
What happens if he pushes it accidentally?
A lot of money down the drain. He's supposed to push it if it's in danger.
I know, but what happens if he pushes it accidentally?
Well, then there's trouble.
It goes out where you have the trouble. You push that button there. You have trouble.
These large hangar areas to the right are used for preparing these rockets. They launch out here.
First of the 3 spacecraft Galaxy system, which will transmit cable programming to the continental United States, Alaska, and Hawaii, following a 1 to 2 month testing period after launch. The 2,700-pound satellite is being launched on a 2-stage Delta 3920 vehicle. The payload assist module, or PAM, will take the place of the Delta 3rd stage on this mission. The PAM is considered part of the Galaxy payload that will be used to move the satellite to an elliptical transfer orbit with a high point about 22,300 miles above the equator. At this time in the countdown, the launch team is maintaining the liquid oxygen in the first stage of the Delta rocket at its 95% level. The launch team is also busy loading high-pressure gases, such as helium and nitrogen, in the vehicle. These gases are used for a variety of functions in the second stage propellant and attitude control systems. And also at this time, first and second stage hydraulic systems are being turned on so that the launch team can run a test of the gimbal system used to steer the rocket during flight. The gimbal system between the rocket nozzles of the engine will change the angle of thrust and thus steer the rocket. The terminal part of tonight's countdown started about an hour and 40 minutes ago when the pad was cleared so that fueling of the Delta's first stage, a flight load of 8,374 gallons of RP1, which is a highly refined kerosene, could begin. That was completed at 4:56 p.m. this evening. The liquid oxygen loading began on time at the T-minus 75-minute mark and was completed at 5:42 p.m. Other activities which have also been completed, turning on telemetry transmitters and performing C-band each check. There are actually 5 different launch routes.
And he's never noticed if you look at your camera lens backwards, it's real simple.
Still in launch control, 4 minutes, 57 seconds and counting. We're about just a minute away now from entering the final filtering hold in the countdown. That hold will last for 10 minutes. We just heard word that although the range safety officer had given us a scenario as far as the range was concerned, they are currently having some problems with their display in the range safety command center. If that display is not functioning properly at the time of liftoff, that would be a hold item. So we'll continue to look into that and hopefully get that resolved and plan 10 minutes built-in hole.
There's something
They don't get it fixed, it doesn't move.
Here it is. 10:30. How the fuck? No buses going back. Committed to 10:30.
Who took the rocket?
Missiles are.
It's gone.
Now, wouldn't everybody rather see a night launch?
We're ready, except we're not.
All stations, post-launch hearing will be conducted on Channel 5.
Ready,
Flight data will be recorded real-time on Channel 1.
Except for each, right?
After liftoff is confirmed, switch to Channel 5.
Take a picture, look at that where it takes a picture of your iPhone. Turn it around the other way. I mean, like,
SSP,
when it looks closer to you, you put it that way.
SSC, Bed Safety, the talker. All personnel remain on Channel 1 until after launch. In the event of a hold or recycle, the recycle will be performed for Appendix K, page A003-10.
So you're
In the case of a cutoff, the recycle and safety will be performed for Appendix L, page A003-25. Your procedures are so marked.
There it goes, there it goes, there it goes.
Maybe something that goes like this. And then she goes right into that little house there, that little gantry.
KSC, go ahead. Okay, if we do not get our
Comes our way and it loses its engine.
resolved here, I would
Yeah, right over
request
top of
that
us.
you start the sequencer manually and we take the real-time programmer start off. Roger that. Yes, if you give me a no-go here about 9 minutes or so, I'll throw my hold on and I'll come out of it when you're ready. Roger.
Why don't you ask the people who are watching this what they think?
Following switch to Channel 5 for Patrick Track. Alternate launch conductors, LOC, LCE, FC, EC. Fuel is the launch director getting final clearance to launch.
My knee was scratched.
Want to get on my shoes?
1 minute and counting.
Too high. Scotty, I can't feel you.
Recorder now on high speed.
Is that you, Mike? Don't hit my arm.
50 seconds and counting.
Minus 45 seconds.
T-minus 40 seconds and counting. Engine control is enabled. Liquid oxygen now at 100%. T-minus 25 seconds.
25 seconds.
Something's wrong. Stop.
T-minus 20 seconds. Batteries reported go for launch. T-minus 15 seconds.
Go for it,
Counting.
man. Go for
Launch
it.
at 100%. T-minus 10 seconds. Minus 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
It's a dud.
What happened?
Wow!
Don't hit me, Mike. Don't hit me. It's moving now, isn't it?
Right on the flight path. Running normally, main engine also burning as it should. Now on the burnout of the first set of 6 solid rocket motors.
Oh, look at that, Mike.
First 6 solid motors being jettisoned. Vehicle now about 5.5 miles downrange, 8 miles range, moving about 1,350 miles per hour. Having hit the 3 remaining solid rocket motors. The water approximately 68 seconds. Vehicle continuing normally.
It's going in space, Brian.
Yeah, but it looks like watching the now.
Well, it's not going down, but it is
Yeah, much louder.
Starting to get out of the left.
What's the name of the satellite, Donnie? Huh? What's the name of the satellite?
Galaxy 1. Great light.
Where's he going to broadcast? It's a Delta rocket, Mike? Galaxy 1.
Solid motor burnout is the three remains solid rocket boosters, and they have been jetted.
Woohoo! That was nice. That was nice.
Delta 170 now about 43 miles downrange, traveling at a speed of about 4,400 miles per hour.
Did you drive it? Still see the vapor trail, Mike.
That's it. Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Take care.
We'll see you.
I'm on the end of his rocket.
Bye-bye. Mike. Hey,
We
hey.
better book to the bus.
Just wait.
Everybody's.
See you on E?
Yeah. Come on, Dad.
Running out of gas.
Come on, Dad.
I can still see all. Right on E. Running on. You? Oh, yeah. I just had it up here. I don't know if it's
That runway runs basically
south. Yeah, basically.
She was a beauty, huh, Mike?
Yeah. That was loud.
How far from the
I can still see the smoke. All the way up, Mike. All the way up.
I can really
Everybody on the bus. Right? Get everybody on the bus. Except trying to get everybody on the bus. Maybe higher. Very impressive. So what'd you think of that launching, Michael? Take some airplane.
Hey, Dad. What's up?
You should close your other eye when you do it.
We're going home.
Take some of the airplane. That's when we're going home. Over there.
There's in the airport. This isn't our plane now. It's just a plane.
Plane in the background.
Take it with your
We're in the famous Orlando airport. I don't see what's so famous about it. He thinks
Leaving Disney World. That's all.
hey, little one.
Let me take your picture.
Going for the water.
Give me the camera for 1 second.
Alright, hold on.
Put my hat on.
That's my hat, boy. My hat's better.
All right, here, let me take yours. Let me take yours so we'll know who you are.
Look at that weirdo.
Give me that camera.
Please keep the party Eastern Airlines baggage claim area, second level, A7 terminal. Book chauffeur, Eastern party Eastern Airlines baggage claim area.
Fuji video cassettes.
You're such a dork.
Bye, Fuji, and you'll be a Fuji.
Yeah. All right, that's enough.
Oh, come on. That's too much. Hey, what?
Actually, he's doing his homework with
You getting it? Are you getting it?
Just barely.
Do you see it?
Just barely got it. Told you we might see the show. So,
did you see it?
There wasn't a whole lot of people on this flight, huh?
Nah.
Just like normal people.
Not too many. Keep your eye open for the space shuttle.
Where's our seat at?
You're in it.
Did the stewardess say we can sit up here?
Yeah. Absolutely. Mike, look through that window. Look here.
See our bags get on, Mike?
Non-stop service to Philadelphia. Captain Jack Dyer is in command. He's assisted on the flight deck by First Officer Gary Pyatt and Second Officer Reg Hilker. I'm Charlotte White. I'll be serving you in the cabin along with Pamela Botnick, Mary Wells, and Linda Carty. Your flight attendants are one of the most important safety features of the aircraft, and if you will now give them your attention for a few moments, we would like to review some important safety procedures with you. First, please remove the safety information card located in the seat back pocket in front of you, as we would like for you to follow along with us. As you can see, exits on this airplane are located in the forward, center, and aft sections of the aircraft. Check now for the two exits nearest you. Each of our door exits, with the exception of the aft door, is equipped with an inflatable slide. Signs for seatbelt and no smoking are located throughout your cabin. When lighted as they are now, they indicate that your seatbelt should be fastened and that smoking is not permitted. Please watch us as we show you the operation of your seatbelt. Insert the flat metal into the buckle. The length may be changed by adjusting the strap. To open, just lift the top plate of the buckle. While fastened, your seatbelt should be snugly around you. The air in the cabin of the aircraft is carefully controlled and maintained. If there should be a sudden change in pressure, however, the compartment above your head will open automatically and oxygen masks will be within reach. Put out all cigarettes. Take a mask in your hand, pull it towards you, and place the yellow cup over your nose and mouth. Adjust the elastic headband. Parents should first put a mask on their head before assisting children. A life vest is located under your seat in a plastic bag, and it may be used for flotation. Instructions on how to use our vests are shown on the safety information card. Life rafts are located in clearly marked ceiling compartments near window and door exits. Your flight attendants would further brief you on their use if necessary. Since we are now preparing to take off, all seat back and drop cables should be in their upright position. Also, please ensure that all of your bags are placed securely on the floor underneath the seat in front of you. And recheck to see that your seat belts are fastened.
the wing in your way there a
Flight
little bit.
attendants are now
Well,
passing
that's all right.
Let them know if you need
Other
assistance.
seats, you all want to move up. You know, about 5 rows, you won't have a wing there.
Yeah, got time to do
Leave
it.
your things.
We haven't cleared onto the runway. We'll be taking off shortly. Flight attendants, please take your seats.
Hold on, Mike.
Captain Diarrhea turned off the no smoking sign. Cigarette smoking only is now permitted if you're seated in the smoking area. Smoking is not permitted in the lavatory, in the aisle, or the other designated non-smoking areas. Thank you for your cooperation.
Mike. Hey, Mike.
Once again, we've slipped the Surly Bonds of Earth. Now to dance the skies. Laughter silvered wings. Sunward we'll climb and join the tumbling birds. A Split cloud. And we'll do 100 things you've never dreamed of. We'll wheel and soar and swing. High in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, we'll chase the shouting winds along, swing this eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up, along delirious burning blue. Up the windswept heights with easy grace, where never lark or even eagle flew. And with silent lifting mind, we'll trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space. Put out our hands and touch the face of God. Good afternoon, folks, and more than a salutation. Today is just a beautiful day for a trip to Philadelphia. Total flying time, 1 hour and 54 minutes. We have turned the seatbelt sign off. If you have need or occasion to move about the airplane, please help us out. However, we have found through years of exhaustive study, the belt you're sitting on will work just as well with the sign off as it does with them on. That is to say, it's a genuinely good idea to keep your belt fastened, as we do up here indeed. And to point you in the event of any unexpected choppy air, I assure you, you'll be much more comfortable. That is the power of 25 railroad locomotives.
of the speed of sound. It's called Mach number. Everybody's familiar with the fact that Mach 1 is the speed of sound. This is a genuinely transonic airplane. We cruise at 80% of that value. About the length of 3 football fields per second, or about 70 feet per second faster than the mid-range trajectory of a .45 caliber bullet. So you can see the source of our pride. Clark Kent is not a thing on this rascal. It is indeed. You ready for this? Faster than a speeding bullet, and more powerful than a locomotive. And able to leap tall buildings, you gotta be kidding. By the way, we have to have a little bit of a running start, but I think most people will generally agree that 2 out of 3.
Hey, Mike. That's not long at all. out there, Mike. You might see our house. Looks like it's gonna rain. Yeah.
You folks probably already know this, but there in the bend of the river, the island, the port you see there, it's Port Delaware. We are awaiting verification. That's where they kept the Confederate prisoners. Here at the John. History of the United States that's featured in there. Port Delaware.
Is that Delaware River?
Huh?
Is that Delaware right there?
Yep.
This building right here?
Yeah, it's right there. See the bridge over there, Mike? See the bridge?
Yeah. What is that bridge?
Which one is it? That might be Commodore Barry. I'm not, or the Delaware Memorial, maybe.
Where? Delaware?
Delaware Memorial, maybe? I think it is.
Delaware's far.
So we're really over New Jersey. Yeah. Over New Jersey here, Mike. Should be able to see Philly up there, Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been cleared for landing. Your flight attendants will be passing through the aisle. Please have them all cut glasses and service items at this time. Please extinguish your cigarettes. We ask that you refrain from further smoking until you are inside the terminal building. If you have taken carry-on luggage out during flight, at this time, please place it on the floor underneath the seat in front of you for landing. Please bring your seat back to the full upright position, close and latch your tray table, and recheck to make certain that your seatbelt is fastened at this time.
Yeah, we're going in right now, buddy. How you doing, Mike?
Where's Mommy's socks?
Welcome to Philadelphia. The possibility of a quick turn or a sudden stop does require that all passengers remain seated until Captain Dyer signals all clear by turning on the seatbelt sign when we have arrived at the gate.
Where you at, Mike?
The correct local time is 1:32 p.m.
How'd you like that landing?
There will be an Eastern representative greeting Flight 888 just inside the gate area. The representative will be happy to direct you to connecting flights or to offer other assistance. Excuse me, I got tongue-tied here. If we do have anyone on board requiring special assistance in deplaning, please remain seated until the other passengers deplane. We will then be able to come back and assist you. It's been our pleasure serving you today. Thank you for flying Eastern. We sincerely hope that when your plans call for air travel again, that we'll see you on another Eastern flight. Thank you and good day.
Folks, we are awfully sorry. This is embarrassing, I have to admit, but some miscalculation of the winds. We got you 6 minutes early. You'll overlook it this time.
Mike, come on.
Turn off.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Let's look in the cockpit. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Good flight.
Good, they average out.
Enjoy it. Well, that's what I have had. Me too. Thoroughly
These things are better than the ones in Orlando, aren't they?
Yep.
So you're taping it, aren't you?
How you doing?
Fine. Where were you?
Is Kath with you?
No. Are they? I like Well, this flight was almost deserted. Oh, you look like a tourist. God, you want me to carry something? Oh, on second thought. Oh, Mike, you got bigger since you've been down there.
God. Oh, boy, glad to see us.
Yeah. Did you have a good time? Yeah.
Glad to get back.
The pilot was so embarrassed because he landed 6 minutes early.
Huh?
6 minutes early?
He was just teasing.
Leon Womack, please call 3314.
Mike. Say bye.
Bye. Bye. You want to watch your film? It's sexy. I never saw it. Oh, the Delta Rocket one. We saw the space shuttle on the 747.
Oh, yeah, at Orlando
after
Airport.
I called you, it's
You're
coming
kidding,
into-
Yeah.
didn't you? Oh, did you get pictures of it?
By the time I got this out of the container, yeah, I don't think, I got it, but
But
I
it
don't.
was nice.
Let me put this away.
It was too far away that you could see the rest.
Let's stop in here.